Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL chatter lately, you might have caught wind of some whispers swirling around the league. Rumors that could shake up the AFC North in a way that Steelers fans are going to love. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade that has the Steelers gaining a serious boost on the defensive line, and it involves none other than Quinnen Williams. Yes, you heard that right. The rumors are out there, and they're sparking a lot of excitement among Steelers Nation. So, sit tight, because what's being discussed could redefine how Pittsburgh approaches the second half of this season and beyond. Let's start by setting the scene. The Dallas Cowboys, currently sitting at 7-7, are facing a critical crossroads. They're a team that's been trying to rebuild their defense, and with a cap situation that's tighter than ever, about -$3 million. They're actively exploring ways to reset and get younger and more cap flexible. One of the options on the table. Trading away Quinnen Williams, who's been a disruptive force on the interior of the defensive line, in exchange for draft picks and a promising defensive tackle prospect. The idea here is pretty straightforward. The Cowboys want to free up cap space and get assets that can help them rebuild, especially on defense, which has struggled with consistency and run defense this season. Now, why would the Steelers be interested? Well, folks, Quinnen Williams is the real deal. The guy is a disruptive interior lineman who can wreck a game plan in the blink of an eye. Standing as a force out of Alabama, Williams has compiled an impressive resume, over 335 tackles, 41 sacks, and 8 forced fumbles so far in his career. His pass rushing skills are top-notch with a PFF grade of 90. Won in 2025 despite missing 4 games due to injury. During that stretch, he's been a game wrecker, racking up 5 sacks in just 8 games, including 2 sacks in Week 2. The guy plays with the intensity and disruptive ability of a young Aaron Donald, and he's often compared to the peak of Ndamukong, which tells you just how dominant he can be. Imagine adding him alongside Cam Hayward and T.J. Watt on the Steelers' defensive front. That's a nightmare for quarterbacks and a nightmare for offenses trying to establish a run game. Quinnen Williams would instantly elevate the Steelers' pass rush, creating chaos in the pocket and forcing turnovers. His presence alone could lead to a 15% increase in pressure rates and an 18% reduction in rushing yards allowed on the ground. And when you add Watt's relentless pressure, the combination becomes even scarier for opposing offenses. Let's get real here. The Steelers' defense has been solid but not quite at that elite level we all crave. Last season, the unit finished with a PFF grade of 82.3, which is good but not great. Adding Williams would catapult that number even higher, perhaps pushing the Steelers into that top-tier defensive category. It's not just about individual stats. Though he's a sack artist, it's about the overall impact on the scheme. With Williams in the middle, the Steelers could see a significant boost in their ability to get after the quarterback, reduce third-down conversions, and turn more possessions into turnovers. What about the impact on the upcoming playoff push? Well, the AFC is a gauntlet this year, with teams like the Chiefs, Bills, and Dolphins all vying for supremacy. But the Steelers have been gradually improving, and a move like this could be the final piece needed to make a deep run. Think about it. Adding a player of Williams' caliber could be the difference between a first-round exit and a shot at Super Bowl LXI. His ability to dominate the trenches would make the Steelers' defense a nightmare for even the most potent offenses, elevating the team's confidence and closing out games more convincingly. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Cowboys' need to reset their defense is more than just a cap move. It's a signal that they're willing to part with a key piece to try and rebuild from the ground up. This opens the door for the Steelers, who desperately need a disruptive force in the middle of their line, especially with the playoff stakes intensifying as we approach the final stretch of the season. The Steelers are currently sitting pretty at 9-5, and with a strong finish, they can position themselves for a top seed. Adding Williams could be the final ingredient that takes this team from good to great. And let's not forget the potential playoff impact. The odds for the Steelers to contend have been climbing, especially with the defense improving in recent weeks. But with Williams added, those odds could skyrocket. Imagine the Steelers' odds of winning Super Bowl LXI moving from around +600 to something more realistic, say +2, 600. Williams would serve as that X factor, an interior disruptor who could dominate OLs and elevate the entire unit's performance. The Rams' 2021 DL unit, which helped push them to a Super Bowl victory, is a good comparison. Adding a player like Williams could turn the Steelers' defense into a nightmare for any offensive line they face. So, what's the bottom line here? This trade, if it happens, would be one of the biggest moves in recent Steelers history. It would not only solidify the team's defensive line for years to come, but also send a clear message that Pittsburgh is serious about competing at the highest level. Williams, as the core of the defensive front, would pave the way for the Steelers to become a dominant force in the AFC, paving the path to another Super Bowl run and potentially capturing the franchise's 7th Lombardi Trophy after a long drought. Of course, all of this is speculative at this point, but the signs are there. The Cowboys are looking to rebuild, and the Steelers are always looking for ways to upgrade, especially on defense. A trade like this would make perfect sense for both sides, and Steelers fans should be excited about the possibilities. The defense is already trending upward, but with Williams in the fold, the sky's the limit. It's a move that could define this franchise's season and set the stage for a truly historic playoff run. Steelers Nation, we've got a lot to look forward to, and this potential move could be the game changer we've been waiting for. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this potential blockbuster? Would you love to see Quinnen Williams in the black and gold? How do you see him fitting into the scheme and elevating this defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Steelers. This could be the move that pushes us over the top, so let's get a conversation going. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. The road to Super Bowl LXI is heating up, and with moves like this, the Steelers are positioning themselves as serious contenders. Let's go, Steel City.